So, how are you when you are alone? Let's talk about integrity a little bit today. Do you live the same life when you're by yourself or when you're around certain people all the time? Are you consistent in your life? Do you live by certain standards, and those standards are going to be what they are, regardless of who's around, what kind of status people that walk up to you hold, or when you're alone? Covers a lot of area in our life. But integrity is something that we do not have a whole lot of in our culture today. Back in the 90s, when Promise Keepers was a big thing, they was really big about, talking about integrity for men, integrity in your Christian walk, integrity in life. Even if you're not a believer, you can live a life of integrity. Being true to yourself, being true to who you are, having some stability in your life. Now, I'm not saying that temptations don't come along. Things don't happen in our lives. We may not be on the top of our game at all times. When I get really tired and sleepy, hungry, and a little grumpy, I'm not on top of my game. I can get to a point to where I'm starting to feel a little down and out into depression, and I'm looking for some kind of something that's going to lift me up. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and go here today, especially if you're a man. Men, do you hide with your device and watch inappropriate things that you shouldn't be watching on your phone, on your laptops? Are you dabbling in pornography? Do you do pornography? Do you have a wife? If you're married to your wife and you're watching pornography and you're involved in that thing, you're cheating on her. Ooh, that hurt, didn't it? It's the truth, guys. You are cheating on your wife if you do those kind of things, because you made a vow to that woman to be faithful to her. You said, well, I'm not taking a physical act. It's not hurting anybody. Yes, it is hurting somebody. It's hurting your relationship. There's something there. You're not being true to her. There's no way that you can be with your wife and not think about those images and think about those things with her that you've seen and fantasizing about that stuff. So living a life of integrity when people's not around. Being honest. Oh, I walked by somewhere and I was doing something and I seen a $20 bill laying there, but nobody's not going to know I took it. Hey, that's wrong. Why would you do that? I'm not going to tell anybody about it. I'm going to keep that to myself. Well, I'm going to steal from my company at work. I'm just going to take this little thing right here because, they're not going to need it. I mean, I do extra stuff for them, so I think I deserve it. It's little things that affects us, and we think, well, how come am I not growing spiritually? How come I'm struggling in my life in different areas? Well, sometimes we have to stop and take a look at ourselves within. Am I living a real honest life? Am I really the person that I portray that I am? Am I real, or am I fake? Am I phony? Hard questions, guys. It's questions I've had to ask myself. Have I always lived a life of integrity? Absolutely not. Have I dabbled in some of these things I've talked about in my life? Yes, I have. Have I been guilty of these? Yes. So what do you do if you catch yourself in these things? Well, first thing you do is you realize that, hey, I'm not living a full life of integrity right here, and I'm not doing what's right. I need to stop. When do I start? You start today. You start working toward that. You may have some bad habits you need to break, and they may be some hard times to go through to stop doing some things that's wrong that you're doing. But you can do it. With God's help, for sure, you can do it. You can be a person of integrity. You can be a person that lays down on your pillow at night and go to bed knowing that you lived a life to the best of your ability, not that you didn't make mistakes throughout the day, that you didn't do some things that were wrong. We're not perfect human beings. That's the reason Jesus died on the cross for us, to cover our sins, not that we live sloppy lives. But he died on a cross for us to cover our sins, because we can't live the perfect life. But with him, we can live a life of integrity. We can live a life of honesty. We can live a life of freedom. Because if you're not living a life of integrity, you're in bondage of things. You need to be consistent in your life. And when those crazy feelings that come on you that want you to live a life that's not of integrity and different things, that's the time when I have to call out and say, Lord, you're going to have to help me. And I've walked away from a few things. That's, you know what? I wasn't who I really should have been right there. I need to be honest. I need to be honest with myself. I need to be honest with God. I need to be honest with people. So just random things here I'm throwing out. Something to think about. Living a life of integrity. How are you when you're alone? How do you do? Are you true to who you really are, even when no one's looking? By the way, my name's Jeff. If you like this kind of content, talking about life and different things in life, hit that like and that subscribe button, share button. I'd appreciate it. Have a great day.